After recently quitting my day job, I decided to do another refresh to my workspace to better accommodate my workflow as a content creator and creative professional. The goal is to have a place where I can be productive, get inspired creatively, and the right tools to help simplify my workflow, whether it be making videos or designing spaces. Ever since I started working from home back in 2020, I have made a few changes to my workspace, with the latest in mid-2021, where I transformed an empty spare bedroom into a home office and design studio. In this video, I'll take you through the process of updating my setup, the changes I made, and a final tour of the space. As I transition away from my day job and going off on my own, my needs for a home office have changed. My work became more dynamic, and I constantly found myself going in and out of the desk, which requires more portability and flexibility than what my current setup offers. I reached out to my friends at Desky, and they were kind enough to send me their motorized sit-stand desk frame, along with a couple of cable management accessories, microphone boom arm, and a beautiful white ash hardwood top to complete the setup. Assembly is pretty straightforward. Simply follow the provided instruction, which you can also download online or watch the video guide if you're more of a visual learner. The hardwood top also came with pre-drilled holes, which makes assembly so much easier. Once the legs are assembled, simply attach them with the provided screws into the pre-drilled holes. You can also attach the legs to an existing desktop if you already have one. To keep all the cables neat and tidy, I also got the integrated cable and power channel, which is attached to the side bracket with a simple spring mechanism. The last step is a controller, which I screwed to the right corner of the desk for easy access. The control box then goes into the channel, with a power cable and two IC cables to connect the legs. With the desk completed, I moved back all of my hardware and properly route all the cables underneath into the integrated cable management system. With just a little time and effort, all the wires are kept neat and out of sight. The desk itself has a programmable memory preset to store 4 desk heights, which allowed me to quickly switch between sitting, recording, and standing. I like to stay seated when I need to focus on a task, and standing up when doing some creative work where I need to keep my creative juices flowing. The ability to quickly switch between the two throughout the day has been one of the biggest improvements in my home office. On the desktop, I've also made a few upgrades to the hardware I used. Instead of working with 2 separate laptops, I needed a single powerful machine that can run all of my creative software smoothly and seamlessly switch between projects. Since I already own an iPhone and iPad, I decided to make the switch and grab the 14-inch M1 Pro MacBook Pro. This replaced my 4 years old Dell XPS 15, which has started to show its age. As a lifelong Windows user, this change does take some getting used to. While there are a few things like snapping windows that Microsoft does really well, I've come to enjoy the seamless integration that the Apple ecosystem provides. To dock my MacBook, I placed it on a vertical stand from 12 South in order to save some desk space. The next thing I upgraded was my monitor. While the 34-inch ultrawide from Samsung have served me well over the past couple of years, I needed a more color-accurate display with Thunderbolt connection to streamline my workflow. Between price and availability, there wasn't much option that satisfied my need. After weeks of research, I stumbled upon this 32-inch ultra-sharp monitor from Dell, which was just released a few weeks prior. I placed an order, and to my surprise, it arrived within a week. The monitor came with all the required cable, including a USB-C for a single connection to the MacBook, The stand is very heavy and sturdy, and the overall design looks incredibly sleek and premium. When it comes to the display, the 4K panel is really sharp, with a 2000:1 contrast ratio that is higher than a typical IPS panel. One of the things I liked most is a built-in USB-C hub with 90 watts power delivery. This means I can power everything with just a single cable and help reduce visual clutter. Between the ports behind the monitor and on my MacBook, I have more than enough for my daily needs. The ability to adjust height, swivel, and rotate is another welcome addition that I've come to enjoy. Below it is a monitor stand that I made on my own with extra materials from previous projects. I used the MDF panel from Laminex with the wood grain texture in classic oak. I had this custom cut to 110 cm wide and 23 cm deep with edge bending all around to get a finished look. To save on cost, I used the tool Workshop Buddy to maximize the yield for my panels. For the legs, I got the IKEA Capita in stainless steel, which are originally made to hold kitchen cabinets. I installed them around 1 inch in on the long side and ½ inch on the shorter side. Once the holes are marked, simply pre-drill them and screw in the legs. Overall, it's a very simple DIY project that you can easily replicate at home. For audio, I use this portable speaker from Creative in white, as it utilizes a single USB-C cable for both power and sound. When it comes to editing video, I use a Sony headphone, which is placed on a hook attached to the cabinet. Occasionally, I'll also use the AirPods for longer sessions or taking calls. And a Sonos speaker on the other side of the room for listening to music. To capture my voice, I use this microphone from Audio-Technica on a boom arm with a pop filter attached to reduce plosive sounds when recording. Previously, I used a Performance MX mouse and keyboard, which have been around for a decade. Lucky for me, Logitech gave me a free upgrade to their latest MX Keys Mini and the MX Master 3 mouse. Not only do they look beautiful on my desk, but the shortcuts and programmable buttons have also massively improved my productivity. Underneath is a desk mat from Orbit Key, which helps keep things organized and make for a nice surface to write on. It has a dual layer design to temporarily store paper or documents to keep the desk clutter-free. The toolbar on top also makes a great companion when working or sketching on my iPad. When it comes to organization, I always try to keep my desk clutter-free. This frees up my mind from all the distraction that can disrupt me from the task that matters. To achieve this, I place a file tray under the monitor stand to house some of my commonly used accessories. On the corner of the desk, I utilize a catch-all tray to place my everyday carry and some of my commonly used cables and accessories. Beside the desk, I repurpose this Bekant storage unit from IKEA as a charging hub for my devices, with a desktop charger hidden at the back and a cable clip on the edge so I can easily access them. The power outlet is hidden behind the drawer to keep it out of sight. I also utilize this NAS organizer from Orbit Key as a wireless charger for my iPhone and AirPods, which is packed with some of my go-to essentials so I can simply grab the NAS when I need it to work on the go. Everything else is stored on the other side of the office and in the closet, which I've recently shared in a past video. One little addition I made was adding this open storage from IKEA to maximize the open space that was originally meant for hanging clothes. I use this to store all my studio equipments and extra supplies for my house-to-home project. I also added the top frame, which is used to hold tripods, stands, and bags. On the wall, I repurposed this command room holder to secure my light stands and prevent it from tipping over. As I often work late into the night, lighting is an important element in the office. I kept everything the same as in my previous video, with everything powered by Philips Hue, where I can easily adjust the temperature through my phone and wireless remote. Above the desk is a wall lamp which I spray painted in black, that functions as both ambient and task lighting at night. When it comes to styling the space, I kept most things similar, with a few minor changes to the left side of the desk. I moved the previous black and white print to my living room and replaced it with something more colorful. I also added a large canvas print to match the theme, along with a few more additions to my ever-growing plant collection. And that is a quick tour of my updated workspace. Everything shown in this video will be linked in the description below. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.